Not distance, not time, not fear, nor even the plans of the adversary. It is impossible to remove what God has written. The bits of your heart that you were unaware were missing are being carried by your soulmate, who is on their way. They will soon be in front of you, and your spirits will recall when your eyes meet. Heaven could not allow you to live another day in ignorance of what is speeding toward you, which is why Archangel Michael ordered you to open this right now. This is only for you. Don't neglect this. Don't flee out of fear. Don't hide because of uncertainty. Now is your time. This is what you've discovered. Your secret truth has been exposed. The wait is ended. Your love has been waiting. I speak over you now, September 15th, with a voice that has accompanied you into every place you have ever visited. God says, get ready. They are coming, and nothing in heaven or earth can stop it. The voice that remembers the final sigh you made before going to sleep the night before, and the first light that opened your eyes as a youngster. Archangel Michael has preceded my message by putting his flag over it. So listen to me and don't look away. And he says, I order you to open this right now. Let no fear, no doubt, and no familiar whisper convince you to scroll past what was sent to meet you in this exact hour. This is personal, sealed, and set apart. It is only for you. Guard it, ponder it, and let it enter you like breath. You have asked me what is hidden, what is delayed, why the road that holds your partner's footsteps is felt long, winding, and sometimes impossible. I have heard the groans you never said aloud, the prayers you try to dress in brave words, and the bargaining you made with your own heart to stop hoping so it would stop hurting. Know this before anything else is revealed. Nothing is laid inside my will. I do not measure love by your calendar. I measure it by your becoming. What I preserve with fire and kindness. And what I join with purpose, so it will not be unmade by storm. Your soulmate's hidden truth begins here. They have loved you longer than you think, earlier than they knew, and deeper than they have had the courage to admit, even to themselves. The first day their spirit brushed yours. Something wise and ancient inside them recognized home and panicked at the same time. They did not run from you. They ran from their own unhealed places that your light illuminated in them. This is why their signals have sometimes felt like lighthouses in fog, bright for a moment, then swallowed by gray. Because every time they stepped toward you, old tides rose inside them, and they feared drowning in what they had never learned to name. They have carried losses like stones in their pockets. Childhood words that said love is a test. Young heartbreak that taught them love is a trap. Adult disappointments that convince them love always arrives with a bill no one can afford. When you wonder why they hesitate, remember that they are not hesitating over your worth. They are negotiating with ghosts that once lived rent-free in their mind. They are healing, and healing is not the same as hiding. I'm not a cruel teacher. I am rewriting their inner script line by line, and I am using your patience as ink. Archangel Michael has stood at the door of their doubts with a drawn sword, cutting lies as they rise. He has covered your name with a shield so that no slander and no jealousy and no monitoring spirit can scratch the coat of peace I've laid over you. If you could see what has been turned away at midnight when you thought nothing was happening, you would clap your hands in the dark and laugh out loud. If you could hear the prayers your soulmate has tried to speak but didn't know how, you would recognize the familiar tremble of your own petitions in their words. This is why your hearts throb at the same hour, why your sleep breaks just before dawn, why songs fall into your day as if on cue. Synchrony is not an accident. It is a language between destinies. Their hidden truth is also this. They have prepared a version of themselves for you that is not real. They tried to become impressive instead of honest, magical instead of consistent, unforgettable instead of present. They thought you wanted fireworks, but I've been teaching them that you want a steady flame. I have led them into small routines, healthy meals, early mornings, quiet apologies, better boundaries, because I am building you a life, not merely a moment. They are learning that intimacy is less about what dazzles and more about what endures when the house is quiet and the world is asking nothing of you both. They have a letter they have never sent. It is not written on paper, but in the archives of their phone and notes they saved, deleted, and recovered. It began on a night they almost told you everything. The night the familiar fear came like rain against a window. They wrote, "I don't know how to deserve you," and I broke that sentence in half, so it would no longer be their cage. They will not say those exact words when the time comes, but you will feel the echo of that confession in their eyes. When you hear it, do not try to rescue them from the truth. Receive it and place it on the table like bread you will share. There is a person in their circle who has not understood you, who has studied you from a distance and added their own endings to your sentences. I have not permitted that person to prosper against you, nor will I allow them to hold the lamp over this path. Your soulmate is learning to choose you without asking permission from those who cannot see your promise. This is not rebellion. This is maturity, love that requires a chorus to confirm it is not yet love. I am teaching them to stand, to speak, to honor, to commit, to remain. You have feared being too much and not enough at the same time, and you have tried to shrink the volume of your calling so that you might fit the shape of their comfort. Stop that. I did not design you to be digestible. I fashioned you to be nourishing. The parts of you that feel extra are the exact instruments that will sustain both of you in your shared purpose. Your sensitivity is not drama. Your empathy is not weakness. Your vision is not distraction. These are tools I have placed in your hands to build a home that shelters both mission and rest. The hidden truth continues. They have already defended you when you were not there. A casual conversation became a tiny courtroom, and they chose you without needing to announce it. They walked away from noises that confused their heart. They are not perfect, but they are pointed toward you. Each day, I have taken a thread of fear out of their chest and replaced it with a thread of courage. Threads become cords. Cords become a strong rope. A strong rope holds a bridge. I want you to release the timeline you built to protect yourself from disappointment. I want you to lay down the exact date and the imagined script where everything happens like a movie and everyone else claps at the end. These things are not superstitions. That's what signposts are. No one else can replace your volition. They support it. They don't solve the problem. They control it. I can promise you that the map you asked for is not in your drawer. It's in the next responsible move you take. As you go, the lines on the map print themselves in front of your feet. When you pause to listen, the road speaks. You ask me about supply and how long you have to scrounge, save, and put things together. You prayed for food every day while I set up storehouses. Your dream was modest. The gravity of the calling that was upon you was too great for the dream you had. You were told to make yourself simple, to ignore, since attention seemed dangerous. However, I am the one who brings a voice from the back to the front for a cause. It's not for show or vanity, but for a purpose that demands attention. I'm turning on a light, so don't flee. Allow the hungry to see my craftsmanship rather than your weakness for mockery. Your story will be a beacon of hope for someone else going through a difficult time. They will not adore you. You heard rumors that a billionaire was interested in you, and you wondered whether this was a cruel joke, a trap, or simply another delusion. You won't turn off the light, so they'll find out how to get to me. Hear me out. I'm not impressed by expensive instruments, but I'm also not limited to simple ones. To reach the individuals I want to reach, I use what I want. And when I decide to use the powerful to allocate resources, I do so without compromising your dignity. The attention you get does not put you in a trap. It is a window that must be opened carefully. What does this mean? It means you're not going to pursue. In order to pursue what I gave you, the invitation will meet you where you are. It shows that you won't sacrifice your reputation for recognition. You will defend it as evidence of your promise to me. It means you're not going to succumb to greed. You will learn to steward riches in the same manner that you learn to steward poverty with open hands, order, and gratitude. Because they cannot comprehend why favor falls in certain regions. People all across the world are incredulous. They look for formulas. I'm looking for submission. They measure value using numbers. Compliance is how I measure it. Avoid being intoxicated by the headline that others want to write about you. Enter the room without drinking. If you are invited to tables you used to only see in magazines, Remember who taught you to eat when you had nothing but hope and a small promise. Indeed, I did. Have courage and sit down. Just discuss what happens. Just what is a line should be signed. Discard everything that becomes diluted. I'm not using your influence to make you feel better. I'm using it to do your mission. In places where you arrive by faith rather than flattery, your name will be called. They'll be observing everything you do. Before they know it, others will follow the pattern you set with your choices. Provide a holy thing for them to mimic. Prove to them that honesty is a compass, not a concession. That humility is not shyness, but the management of power into usefulness. That generosity is not a marketing gimmick. It is a language that heaven recognizes as its own. Michael does shed a tear or two. You struggle to meet your obligations to yourself without me, which results in unfulfilled promises. The crying is a warning posted across your doorway, like a bright ribbon that cautions, do not trip here. The tears are a plea to give up the quick fixes you grab when fear is loud. Write down, under your breath, the unspoken vows that direct your life. I will prove them wrong. I will never need anyone, and I will never be embarrassed again are examples of pledges that are really shackles rather than shields. Take my yoke. Let me tell you about your heart. You will continue to work, but your job won't yell anymore. It won't tear anymore, but you'll still have to strain. You will realize that it is not the pain that signals disaster, but the discomfort that precedes strength, even if you will still go through the agony of growth. I'm gathering your scattered focus now. I place it in a cup and pour it back into you as clarity. Initially, while you wait for someone else to wake you up, you'll have an unexplained need to tidy your office, respond to emails, finish duties, and stop sleeping next to your own dream. This is more than just discipline. It is deliverance from the cunning fog. I deny the story that says you ruin everything you come into contact with, that you are late for every blessing, and that the greatest doors were closed 5 minutes before you got there. Time bends as you speak. I have arranged for you to be called by me in the future, not by the accent of your fears, but by mine. Can you hear those worries rattling? You are not worthy of attention. They say wealth will corrupt you and success will expose you as a fake. Such things are not prophecies. They represent the stale bread of a long-gone famine. Leave it to the crows. Come eat at my table. You won't disappear. You won't be smeared in the book I'm writing. I'm writing your future chapter right now on my fingers in ink. There is an inevitable knock in the beginning, and then a meeting that looks like a room you've seen in your dreams. Then a steady writing paper with your name on it. Don't tremble. Instead of shaking out of fear, let it be out of respect. You are welcome to ask questions because I will pair you with experienced counselors who are more terrified of me than they are of losing you. They refuse to speak in a parasitic manner. They will speak in a guardian manner. Listen to them. Ask them to read the fine print with the torch of truth. We will not lose what is properly ours. We will let go of what is rightfully ours. There's a reason why the world is in shock. As they saw you sowing seeds on what seemed to be a forlorn ground, they made fun of you for having faith in rain. But the weather and the seasons are within my control. I drink from a rock and call forth food from a desert. I seek assistance from a place that once ridiculed you. I call honor out in situations when your name has been used in mockery. Let them be taken aback as the harvest breaks the topsoil. Don't let their surprise serve as the foundation for your theology. Your theology must be like this. I'm trustworthy. You have to appreciate this. Thank you. Your discipline must be the cause. I will remain aligned. You must be quite generous. I will flow wherever I am planted. No resentment can develop when gratitude feeds a heart. Envy cannot thrive in a field that is cordoned off by assignments. Look just left and right to be blessed. Look up and listen. Expect to be obeyed. I've been asked whether wealth can elevate one to a sacred status. It can if it's a river instead of a dam. The water's depth is not a justification. It learns about its banks. Instead of drowning, villages are powered by it. It does not brag, it goes. If you stand, he will stand by you. This is your opportunity to exchange borrowed boldness for your own beliefs. It's time to switch out the script that constantly apologizes for shining with one that apologizes for shrinking. This is your opportunity to give my yes more weight than all of the no's you've previously spoken. I offer you a new preference for truth over accolades, depth over display, and presence over performance. I offer you a new schedule, perseverance that gets things done, joy that gives you energy, and hope that develops plans. I force you to produce a new sound, laughter that cures, prayer that steadied, and speech that planted. When the millionaire calls, don't tremble. Think of him as a person, not a planet. When the offer is made, don't back down. Ask it using the questions we practiced. After the ink dries, don't bow. Raise your own hands rather than those of others. You won't compromise for other people. You will be more genuine in order to give people trust. You won't become more believable by raising your voice. Being helpful will be simpler for you. You won't be faster if you're first. You'll be reliable and classic. Remember how far I've already carried you. You didn't have enough time to begin healing your wounds. You succeeded in teaching your tools. Please feel free to share them. Get compensated for your work. Don't let resentment drain your feelings. If you answer yes, I'll meet you there. You'll also find that your fear becomes your testimony. You will see things done, relationships healed or set free, and everyday bread multiplied into baskets for others. You will testify with a composure that will be unfathomable to those who need on storms to feel alive. Because it confuses novelty with newness, the world is incredulous. I'm restoring your completeness. You're not a novelty to me. Wholeness is a slow, lovely, precise lightning followed by rain. Get up right away. Turn off the tabs for procrastination. Open the canvas, the paper, the plan, and the room. Make a public or even a private, if necessary, declaration that, as of right now, you will no longer be associated with delay. Declare that you are not seeking permission and that you currently have a commission. My darling, say that your logic is sound. I give you the capacity to build patiently and joyfully. What I give you is the capacity to see what is good and ignore what is wrong. I give you the current arrival and a light voyage. Step forth into the next hour like a daybreak. Transform your borders into plant-supporting soft barriers. Let the environment in your home be influenced by your gratitude. This word does not have a performance. It's a commitment. It will hum quietly until you succumb in, accompanying you to both crucial meetings and mundane duties. When you agree, it will begin to sing. Together, we're standing in front of the emails, the door, and the mirror. I'll be there to encourage you when you break old habits and break bread with new helpers. I'll be at your side when they remember and when they don't. I'm with you when they understand and when they don't. On this day, September 26th, the clock resets for you. And this time, you won't run away from yourself. You won't flee from morality. You won't apologize for becoming better. You won't delay what commitment demonstrates. Lift your head. There is no longer any stillness in the room. Heaven is rooting for you before you ever reach there, and I know you. Archangel Michael is ready, this time defending rather than pleading, since the decision has changed from maybe to must. You're being responded to by your life. Don't try to stay away from this. The only way to unlock it is to pretend that you believe me. That I spoke is a wonderful thing. I'm not late, sweetheart, and I'm talking right now. I've come to your door with a sentence that is rammed into your palms like fire to make sure you don't forget or put it off, so that when the noise of the world roars around your ears like a storm, you will remember it. Today is marked, sealed, and witnessed. September 26th. Your neck was stroked by the clock's breath. The 2 seconds, like a flame about to extinguish, flickered. You also questioned if compassion could be shown so quickly. Hear me out. Kindness moves more slowly than fear. When I say this, mountains bow to form a way. I am the one who counts the hairs on your head and the tears in your eyes. I am the one who heard you say, "Help me," in between breaths when shame told you to be silent. You don't make me feel bad. I won't look away. I won't say you have no hope. I will not allow your name to be buried under the rubble of other people's opinions. Lift your head and let me to speak into the soil of your existence. You've gone down a corridor that seems to go on forever with barred doors and delays. When you press your ear on them, nothing could be heard. You called the silence rejection as well. Silence, however, may not always indicate rejection in other situations. I hide seeds from locust teeth in this room. My absent strategy was misunderstood by you. But I wasn't missing. I had a busy schedule. I was busy turning the prospects you had lost into a future that would support you. I'm laboring to soften the ground underneath the path you'll ultimately run on. I was busy oiling the rusted shut hinges of the enemy. The hand that would knock, the letter that would arrive, and the voice that would respectfully say your name were all things I was busy preparing. In the same manner that a composer produces the silences between notes so that the music can sustain your weight when it emerges, I make your steps. I do not scatter your life like dust. You're concerned that your disobedience has harmed the strategy. That one choice, that one delay, that one diversion has totally ruined my goal. Hear me out. I don't draw future scenarios in pencil. My breath is left on it. You turned away, but I remained. When you hesitated, I kept thieves and scavengers away from the path you were meant to go. But I will not pretend that disobedience is harmless. It slows, wounds, and dims the space in which you stand. And you see, Michael's tears are meant to rouse you up, not to drown you in regret, but to lift the dust from your eyes. Instead of shattering glass, his tears are warning signals that open locks. They are not a choice, but a summons. They bring you back to the center of your assignment. They tell you that even if you came late, it's still an arrival when you walk through the door I'm holding open at the moment. Right now, a wind is building up around you. You assume that the fact that it began softly was a coincidence. It's not a coincidence, however. It's alignment. You'll notice it because it will be slight. A spontaneous conversation. A memory that suddenly becomes vivid. A number keeps popping up on the screen as you look up. A stranger who didn't know how it got to you uttered the precise thing you needed to hear. I will demonstrate the usage of the banks for you. I'll teach you how to make budgets that are altars and strategies that are prayers in action. I'll teach you to tell the difference between results and compliance, worth and value, speed and timing, and praise and praise. I will teach you to see money as a tool that follows wisdom, not as a master that terrified conscience. I'll educate you to give gently, negotiate boldly, enforce boundaries strongly, and bless liberally. Holiness is not easily broken. It is aggressive, clean, and brilliant. Bring it into boardrooms like a never-ending perfume. This isn't just any day. In order for the angels to observe it and add it to the calendar of your becoming, I circled it. The remaining seconds are risk-free. It reminds us that time may alter everything by showing up at any moment and via any door. You're there. Take this, then. I free you from your past timelines. I remove the worry that turned your mornings into exhausting conversations. And I removed the sticky guilt that made you put things off. I gave your place a fresh tone. The sound of paperwork being signed restores what was stolen. It's the noise made when you pack for excursions you've postponed. When you're doing something you used to hate, it's the sound of quiet laughter that returns to your breast. It sounds like a gate opening because it recognizes the person I've granted entry to. You will not be dominated by the eyes that suddenly turn to face you. You won't be enchanted by rooms that behave like mirrors. You will stay in your place and let the applause come and go like the wind across a wheat field. You will continue to hold your ground and dismiss criticism with ease. In your role, you are obedient. You're taking a position of gratitude. Your stance is one of confidence without vanity, bravery without cruelty, and compassion without compromise. Let those who emulate you see the results of combining humility with favor. Next, I'll discuss the aspects of you that remain wounded due to treachery, delays, and comments spoken over your head that acted like stains. Come nearer. When you are facing the mirror, tell me the line you rehearsed. The phrase puts blame, denigrates, and rejects it. Give it to me, and I'll break it like bread when I give you a better term. You were chosen due to your helpfulness. You are an answer wrapped in a skin. You are evidence that I still inspire the lowly and confound the haughty. You are not a fragile object. You're made of tempered steel. You are not the rumor. The Lord's report is you. Stand in that. Enter it. From there, talk. Let your emails speak for themselves. Your voice's notes should speak for you. Let your posture speak for you in the hallway. Clarity rather than conceit. When someone with more riches than you can imagine touches your invitation, Don't rush to adorn it with your fantasies. Put it on the table with me. Ask 3 questions. Does doing this protect my integrity? Does this speed up the completion of my homework? Does this show consideration for the people I've been called to? If the answer is yes, don't back down. Instead, keep going. If the answer is no, shut it off without flinching. I will not undermine your self-esteem by offering you options. To assist you improve your judgment, I'm providing you options. You are under no obligation to consume every fruit that is presented to you. You may only enjoy the fruit of the tree I planted within your bounds. And understand that saying no is not a sign of disobedience when my soul screams no first. I speak to you today, September 15th, in the voice of the Almighty, with a message that has been kept secret and made public just now. As I say this, Archangel Michael is standing next to me. I want you to open this immediately. The world won't benefit from this. This isn't for your pals. It isn't for those who just look and leave. This is only for you. Keep it a secret, because it contains the secret information about your partner. Guard it like a torch in the night, something that has been too long hidden from your view. Heaven has now determined that it can no longer be concealed. I've seen you go through periods of desire, thinking that someone would understand how deeply you feel. I've seen you pretending that fate had forgotten you while grinning and hurting in silence. However, fate has not forgotten. It has been getting ready. I was engraving your name on someone else's soul while you were doubting your own value, unknowingly carrying that mark. Your soulmate has been pulled to you like a melody that only their spirit can hear. The end of the stillness is this message. Their truth comes to light at this point. Like a subtle scent of the future, they have been woven into the backdrop of your existence, close by in ways you were unaware of. They have secretly loved you, murmuring apologies for the gap life put between you, composing letters they never dared to send, and reciting your name in their prayers. Their voices were restrained by dread. Therefore, they haven't spoken. They believed you were out of their grasp. They had no right to interfere with their dream. Today, however, heaven has dispelled their worry. Like the seas before a storm, they are being agitated. They arose with bravery they were unaware they had. And they'll arrive. You are unaware of something. When you were your lowest, your soulmate spotted you. Even though they never let you see them, they saw you shatter. And they were irrevocably altered by what they saw. They made the decision to defend you from a distance if they were unable to retain you yet. When you were unaware that they knew your name, they prayed over you. When you didn't talk to anybody, they spoke to me about you. They waited for me to allow them to enter your light, standing in the shadows. That day will arrive sooner than you anticipate. In actuality, they have silently defended you. Their hearts already belong to someone they couldn't have yet. So they rejected others. They passed past rooms full of conversations, but all they could hear in their heads was your echo. Carrying the pain of your absence like a secret wound, they donned smiles. Long before you did, they recognized your value. And that's the reason I choose them. Their love for you has endured through every storm, which is why I selected them. Not because they are flawless. They're going to make contact. They are approaching while their hands shake. They will talk, albeit their voice is shaking. A meeting, a message, or an apparently unplanned occurrence will all be part of my divine plan. Although you won't anticipate it, you'll feel as if you've known it all your life. It will begin as a whisper, hardly noticeable if your heart is preoccupied, but it will intensify. It will encircle your soul until you are unable to recognize it for what it is. When they come, every scar will start to heal instantly because your spirit will recognize them before your head does. They have information on you that they shouldn't have. Their spirit has been matched to yours by my hand, not because they are arrogant. They are aware of your quiet, your bulk, and your unexpected, sorrow-masked chuckle. They are aware of how your heart secretly begs for someone to be strong for you, while simultaneously trying to be strong for everyone else. They will become that strong. The bits that no one else dared to touch will be held in their arms. The aspects of you that you believed were unlovable are being loved by them. I have kept them secret up to this point for this reason. Because you were born to bear love, and only now are you strong enough to accept it. There is a secret notebook in your soulmate. More times than they would acknowledge, they have scribbled your name. They have spoken about how your laughter soothes them even when they are far away, and how your eyes haunt their dreams. They have opened up about their desires, anxieties, and submission to my schedule. The pages of the diary will become your tale together when you open it up. You will discover that they have always loved you when you read phrases scrawled in quivering ink. It will both cure you and shatter you open. Because I needed to mend what was broken in you first, I postponed our marriage. I had to clean the altar of your heart of the ashes of past heartache. I was working in hidden rooms, which is why you assumed I was quiet. Each delay was planned. Every setback served as training. I was aligning the pieces with each unanswered prayer to ensure that nothing would destroy what was about to blossom. The hour has finally arrived. The locks are down. The curtain has been raised. It is no longer possible to conceal the truth. You've always had your soulmate. They are now experiencing their last storm. This explains why you could sense their energy so strongly even when you're far away. They have restless nights. They're thinking about you all the time. They repeatedly play back your most recent exchange. They question if it's too late. Do you think you'll turn away? However, I'm sending the messages, dreams, numbers, melodies, and unexpected flashbacks to you. And they're starting to realize this is heavenly. They are gaining the bravery to publicly defend you, to love you without reservation, and to stop concealing what heaven has shown them. Odd coincidences will catch your attention. You won't expect to hear their name. In situations where they are not, you will see their emblems. You are not imagining this. I'm directing the globe to get closer to you. Their arrival will be abrupt, like to lightning striking a still sky. Although it will upend everything you believe to be secure, it will also firmly ground you in ways you have long desired. They're not here to test your patience. To keep it, they are coming. They're not coming to come see you. Their goal is to establish a life with you. Don't share this message with anybody. Until I put it to an end, keep it between ourselves. You will know the truth by the calm that fills you as you read these words, despite the enemy's attempts to sow doubt and murmur that this is all in your head. You are not imagining that tranquility. It is my spirit's breath attesting to what your heart has always understood. There's a soulmate for you. You wouldn't believe how close they are, and their secret reality is about to be exposed. Get ready. Heal the remaining shards of dread. Let go of the past suffering. Your hands should be open. I am giving them a gift from God, wrapped in destiny rather than perfection. They will provide a love powerful enough to calm any storm, but they won't bring fireworks. They will arrive shaking, but they won't go. In human form, they are your home. For this reason, on this holy day, I speak to you today. Don't pass up this opportunity. Don't disregard this indication. On earth, it is impossible to erase what is written in heaven. No hand can rip apart the pages of this love tale I wrote alone. In this holy script, each moment of your waiting has become a line. The climax is almost here. Time will warp, and the world will become hazy when they are in front of you. Without using words, you will know. And you'll see why I kept you waiting. Because such love does not come easily. It is entrusted, and I give it to you now. This is only for you. Keep it safe. Have faith. Await in awe. The secret about your soulmate is about to come to light. Your life will never be the same when it happens. This isn't a coincidence. Your spirit has been shaking for this very moment. Archangel Michael is standing next to you today, September 15th, and his voice breaks through the barrier between heaven and earth. He is serious when he says, I order you to open this right now. He's not giving us an option. He is giving an order that is carved out of heavenly haste because your soulmate's secret is going to be exposed. The truth concealed under layers of quiet. Heaven could no longer let you to remain oblivious to the truth. It's only for you. Keep it secret. Don't neglect this. Do not flee from it. Your heart has been feeling someone outside of your life's horizon, navigating a labyrinth of invisible shadows. Your spirit kept hurting for no apparent cause, yet you could feel their pull, their invisible presence grazing the borders of your soul. This pain, according to God, is not nothingness. It is the echo of a person who has been selected for you from all eternity and whose fate has been interwoven with yours like a thread of gold across the ages. Even when their lips were unable to articulate your name in the real world, their spirit has been saying it in their dreams. Though concealed by divine timing, they're closer than you may imagine. Heaven kept them hidden because if you had witnessed the reality of their love too soon, it may have destroyed you. However, the seals are cracking today. Your name is inscribed next theirs in heavenly fire as heaven unfolds the scroll. According to God, your soulmate has been engaged in fights you were not supposed to see. While the world attempted to tarnish your reputation, they have been quietly bleeding to keep it clean. They realized their heart could never belong to anybody except you. Therefore, they turn away from glittering things. To protect your fate, they buried their own wishes. No one came to wipe their tears in the rooms where they sobbed. In public, they grinned, but deep inside, they were crying for you. Each sacrifice they made was woven into the fabric of heaven as a quiet prayer. And now God's throne has heard their requests. Today is different because of this. Heaven states that because you have seen enough darkness and God will no longer let you to love blindly. The secret truth must be revealed now. Heaven unlocks the treasure of secrets while Archangel Michael watches over it. He says, this person once saw your photo and something inside them shattered. They could not explain why their heart recognized you, but they knew you were home. They watched you from afar, blessing you in silence. They kept their distance, not from lack of love, but from fear that their brokenness might poison the very beauty they saw in you. They have carried a box of letters they never sent, words they were too scared to speak, feelings they buried alive. But those feelings never died. They became roots beneath the soil, waiting for the season when heaven would water them again. That season is now. The rain of destiny has started to fall. God says your soulmate's hidden truth is this. They were chosen for you before they were even born. Their life storms were allowed because those storms carved the strength they would need to love you right. Every heartbreak they endured was a test to prove their loyalty to the idea of you even before they knew your name. And they passed. They chose love even when love burned them. They chose faith even when hope was a thin thread. They chose to keep waiting even when waiting hurt. And now heaven is rewarding their faith and yours by bringing your paths together. The delay is over. The silence is ending. What was hidden is about to stand before you in the light. God leans close and whispers. They have seen your soul, and they are not afraid of its depth. They are not afraid of your scars, your shadows, your fire. They are not coming to fix you. They are coming to hold your hand as you rise into the fullness of who you are meant to be. They know your light is wild and your heart is fierce, and they are not intimidated by it. They are in awe of it. They have always known that you are not meant to be loved in pieces, but in entirety. And they have been preparing their heart to be strong enough to love all of you. This is why heaven hid them until now. Because only now are they ready, and only now are you. Archangel Michael declares that heaven has marked the date. This 15th of September is not just another day on the calendar. It is the unlocking of a divine appointment that has been scheduled since the first breath of your soul. Angels have been repositioned. Paths are being redirected. People who are not part of your destiny are being removed quietly because your life must make room for this sacred union. Even now, your soulmate feels the tremor of change in their spirit. They do not know why they suddenly feel drawn to places connected to you, why your name echoes in their mind like a song they cannot stop humming. It is because heaven has activated the magnetic pull of destiny between you. The winds are changing. The earth is shifting. Your love is awakening. God says your soulmate is not coming to complete you. They are coming to walk beside you as an equal flame. They will not cage your spirit. They will guard it. They will not dim your light. They will fan it into a blaze. Their love will not demand pieces of you. It will honor the whole of you, and you will not lose yourself in them. You will find more of yourself in their gaze than you ever thought possible. When they speak your name, it will not be just sound. It will be prophecy. It will be a vow sealed in heaven's ink. This is the hidden truth. You are not just destined to love. You are destined to be loved in a way that heals generations of pain, in a way that rewrites the legacy of your bloodline, in a way that even the angels will stand in awe of. God says, Be still and do not tell anyone yet. This is a sacred and delicate revelation. The world will attempt to contaminate it if you say it too soon. Like a holy seed, keep it hidden in your heart. Silently, let heaven water it. It will blossom in such splendor when the time comes that everybody who had doubts about you will be silenced. When they witness your love, they will realize it was wonderful. When they see how happy you are, they will realize that heaven did it. There is nothing that can stop this. And when that moment comes, let it heal you. Let it rebuild the places inside you that forgot how to hope. Let it silence the voices that said it would never happen because God has chosen this hour. Not a second earlier, not a second later. Today, the gates of heaven have whispered, it is time. Today, on this 18th of September, the silence that is wrapped around you is about to crack open because something unexpected has already begun moving toward you. Archangel Michael has been standing watch at your door, and now he orders you to open this message. Not later, not when you feel ready, but now. Because what is coming will surprise you beyond what your mind can prepare for. Your person, the one whose footsteps your soul recognizes even in dreams, is planning to appear at your door soon. And they're carrying something hidden in their hands that will change everything you thought was over. They're walking through layers of fear and pride just to stand before you again. And the moment they arrive, the entire weight of the past will tremble in the air around you. This message is just for you. Don't try to skip it. You've been living inside a pause, thinking life has forgotten your name. But heaven has been whispering it louder than ever. The angels have been rewriting the atmosphere above your house, turning storms into pathways. And that's why lately the nights feel heavier and the air feels charged like something is waiting to happen. It is the reason you are reading this now, is because God has timed this word to collide with your life exactly when your heart was about to give up on hope. That is why Archangel Michael is speaking so urgently, because what is about to happen will not wait for your doubts to be ready. The one coming to your door has been through fire, shame, and silence. But they have chosen love. They're holding something behind their back, a symbol of what they never said but always felt. And that is why God says, open your heart because they're almost here. For a long time you wondered why you could not forget them, even when it hurt. That was not weakness. It was prophecy. God planted a thread between your spirits that no distance could sever. And even when you thought it had snapped, it only sank deeper into the unseen soil of your destiny. They walked away thinking it was freedom, but every step away was a silent cry to come back home. The thing hidden in their hands carries the apology they could never speak, the truth they buried, and the love they tried to deny. And when they stand before you, their eyes will confess more than words could hold. The angels have rehearsed this reunion in heaven's silence for months. That is why you have felt restless without knowing why. Your spirit has been sensing their approach like lightning before thunder. God says, do not fear the shaking. When divine time opens, all else must bow, which is why the universe will quake as this moment draws near. Obstacles will dissolve, doors will open, and things that were once resistant will now readily comply. You could see odd alignments, old messages coming back to you, tunes you've forgotten playing, or clocks striking just when you think of their name. These aren't random occurrences. Until your person is standing where they left off, they are the beat of heaven counting down the stairs. To ensure their safe arrival to your home, Archangel Michael has encircled their route with invisible light. And the air will shift when they knock. You're going to hold something holy, and it will seem like the whole world is holding its breath. They are carrying something more than simply an item. It's a key to a future you believed had been robbed, to healing, to closure. Because it cost them their pride, their quiet, and their fear. It will be holy even if it is presented with weeping eyes and wrapped in shaky hands. God says, do not turn them away. Remember that this is heaven's gift, not their performance, even if you feel angry. They are come because grace has drawn them, not because they are flawless. The words will fall out of their mouths like shattered glass as they stand in front of you. However, the voice of eternity will be heard from the love in their eyes, and you will realize that here is the secret paradise. Because it hurt too much to hope for, your heart stopped hoping for the repair. When God writes the finale, you're going to see what it means. You will hear a melody at the conclusion of a narrative you thought had finished in quiet. The evenings have been hard because of this. Why it seems like the days are hazy. You were unaware that you were nearing the end of your wait. The time has here, and the clock in heaven has struck. The command has been signed by Archangel Michael. Now God says, stand ready. Light the lamp of your heart. Make peace with the ghosts of what went wrong, because they will no longer hold power after this moment arrives. The pain you carried like a shadow is about to evaporate in the light of this unexpected return. This is the kind of miracle that comes wrapped in human trembling, but carries divine fingerprints. They're closer than you think. Even now, as you breathe these words, they're making their final choice, clutching what they will place into your hands, rehearsing how they will speak the words that have been burning in their chest for so long. They are afraid you won't open the door. That is why heaven is speaking to you first, to prepare your heart to soften the walls you built to survive their absence. God says you will feel them before you hear them. The wind will shift, the silence will ripple, and your soul will know they have come. And when they do, time will stand still, and you'll understand why you had to wait this long for this exact moment, this exact turning, this exact miracle. This message is not about what you deserve or earned. It is about grace, pure and burning. Heaven is not giving you back what was lost. Heaven is giving you what was transformed in the fire. The person who returns is not the same as the one who left. They have been remade in the furnace of longing, shaped by the weight of missing you, purified by the tears they never let anyone see. And the thing hidden in their hands carries all of it. It is not just an offering. It is a piece of their soul returned to you with reverence. God says when you see it, do not doubt. Do not question. Just receive, because this is the moment that will change the temperature of your life forever. You have walked through shadows without knowing you were walking toward dawn. The dawn is now. This word is the knock before the knock, the echo of the footstep that is about to reach your threshold. Archangel Michael has cleared the path. The heavens are holding their breath. Your miracle is approaching with trembling hands. Open your heart and be ready to open your door. This is just for you. Don't try to skip this. I'm speaking to you now, and I want your heart to be still for a moment so you can hear me without the noise of fear and doubt shouting over my voice. Today is not an ordinary day. Today, on September 18th, a window opens that you have been feeling in your chest without having a name for it. I have seen you gather small fragments of hope and hide them where no one else can touch, because you have been afraid that if you look directly at what you desire, it will vanish like breath on a cold mirror. Do not fear your own longing today. I gave you that longing. What you bless, you make room for. What you obsess over, you crowd. I put this seal upon you, now protected, prepared, and paced. No authority formed against your heart will prosper. No memory will reign over your next chapter. No private fear will broadcast itself into a self-fulfilling prophecy. I quiet the inner critic. I turn down the volume on counterfeit urgency. I revive the listening that hears me in small things and sees me in ordinary kindness. I am here steady as morning, fierce as mercy, kind as bread, faithful as rivers finding the sea. Carry what I have given you today like fire cooped in your hands. It is only for you. Do not cheapen it with careless sharing. Let it fertilize your days and soften your nights. When the moment arrives, and it will arrive, you will not need a sign as loud as thunder. You will feel the click of alignment inside your chest, a sacred ascent too precise to fake. Then you will step, and they will step, and the road that once felt like a rumor will feel like a path worn by two who finally walk it together. I bless your heart to receive. Archangel Michael has been sent by God to stand before your soul today, September 18th, with an urgent whisper encased in heavenly fire. I say, this isn't a coincidence. This isn't fantasy. This is a sacred call. Before the winds learned to dance over the seas, you were selected. The sky chose to break your stillness today. Someone you once wished for is getting closer than you can see, which is why the invisible door behind your days is shaking right now. They are holding something that is concealed in their hands and that evokes both awe and fear. They will soon be at your door, and God wants your heart ready before that knock comes. The sky has been observing how your soul endures suffering without requesting praise. Your tears have inspired the angels to compose music, and God has now unlocked a hidden window of time as the clock of destiny beats faster. That person's route is no longer a meandering one. You have been drawn to it. They have battled the ghosts of their past, their pride, and their dread. They're now holding something that is cloaked in secrecy. They think this item will make up for what you both lost. They're not coming with nothing. Under the appearance of love, they are approaching like a storm. The Spirit speaks. Prepare your soul as if lightning is about to sit at your table. Because when they stand at your threshold, they will not be the same as the one who left. Their heartbeat has been soaked in remorse. Their hands, though shaking, will carry the sign of surrender. They will try to hide it at first. That small thing in their hands. Maybe a letter written long ago. Maybe a key to something they once locked away from you. Maybe a token of love they once buried in fear. But heaven knows. Heaven has seen them pacing the night, rehearsing what they will say. And God has commanded them, go. You will hear their steps before you see their face. You will feel the air change before they speak. Because the moment they cross your doorway, the atmosphere will split like light breaking stone. Archangel Michael says, do not run. When you ask the stars for anything, don't disguise it. Walking on human feet, this is the solution. You may feel uneasy about your hesitancy, but keep in mind that miracles don't often come again. This isn't a coincidence. This choreography is amazing. To get a blessing, type amen. This is what the angels meant when they murmured. You were still loved even in silence. 333. Shadows have cut out their path. They believed that distance would lessen fate's tug, but it just made it stronger. And covertly, every path they took away from you twisted back. Their hands grabbed for air in the form of your name, even while they were trying to forget you. They're done acting now. Every bridge behind them has been torched by the skies. And your door is at the end of the last road. Like a traveler who has crossed fire, they will stand there shaking yet desperate to go back to water. God will then breathe on your home at that precise time. Your laughter will be remembered by the walls. Your tears will be remembered by the floor. Like a prophesy, the air will buzz. Don't allow fear to overpower love. Don't allow previous hurts to overpower this sacred voice. Even though the object in their hands is little, it has the weight of all the prayers you have said when you thought no one was listening. It is the conduit through which your call is answered. Heaven returned your tears to you after encasing them in their bravery. The angels are not only observing. Your house is already surrounded by them. Like clouds before morning, they're driving uncertainty away as they clear the unseen route. Over your roof, Michael has drawn his sword to protect a blessing rather than engage in combat. The adversary has attempted to postpone this time, divert your attention with storms, and exhaust you so that you would be too exhausted to open the door when this person arrives. But God says, I have restored your strength in secret. I have watered your soul in hidden places. You will be ready when a knock comes. Type amen to get blessing 333 right now. Heaven is aligning everything. Your heartbeat, their steps, the second the doorknob turns. This is why time has felt strange lately. This is why you have sensed eyes on your spirit in the night. It was not paranoia. It was prophecy. The one coming to your door carries both regret and resurrection. They're still afraid you might not open. They're still afraid they are too late. But God says, you will know it is divine because they will carry the weight of humility, not pride. They will speak as one who has wrestled with angels and survived. When you see their eyes, you will remember the version of yourself who never stopped hoping. That version of you is about to be healed. They may try to speak calmly, but their voice will tremble with eternity. They may try to smile, but their eyes will spill oceans. And when they open their hands, you will see the symbol of a promise heaven never let die. It may be a small box. It may be a note written when their hearts still knew how to sing. It may be something only you two will understand, but it will split your soul open in the best way. You are not imagining this shift. The spiritual atmosphere around you is vibrating because destiny is moving closer. Archangel Michael says, "This is why you could not let go even when you begged to forget." Every other route collapsed under your feet for this reason. Because the one who carries your hidden half is returning, and they are bringing what they once withheld. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Even as you read this, heaven is folding time. The moment you and they reunite already exists in the spirit. It is waiting to drop into your present like thunder disguised as sunlight. That is why you have been restless. That is why your dreams have felt like echoes. Your soul has already glimpsed what is coming, and now your heart is about to catch up. You will not need to chase this. You will not need to beg for it. This is not something you must perform for. This is grace arriving in human form. This is a divine appointment wrapped in human skin. All you must do is open. The same God who watched you cry alone will watch you smile when you see them standing there. The same angels who counted your heartbreaks will count your laughter when their hands finally open in front of you. The small generosity of washing a dish, the grace to apologize quickly, the humor that rescues a heavy day, the hand that reaches under the table to squeeze yours when a conversation goes wrong. In the mundane, you will discover more of me than you did in the sensational. The miraculous will be present too, but it will feel less like fireworks and more like oxygen. Always there, always steady, quiet, and powerful as sunrise. Make room in your speech for blessing. Bless their progress when you see it. Bless your own healing when it shows. Bless the day and bless the night. Bless the delays that protected you. Bless the lessons that grew you. Bless the friendships that keep you laughing and the mentors that keep you humble. The tongue is a gate. Open it toward life. When frustration presses on you, go slow. Say less. Drink water. Step outside. Ask Michael to stand beside you and cut the old scripts. He will. I have already scheduled holy coincidences that nudge you toward one another. A missiled call that becomes a conversation. A task that takes you to a place you weren't supposed to be at that hour. A message that arrives when both of you are thinking the same thought. Receive these with gratitude, not with superstition. I do not need your magical thinking. I delight in your trust. There will be people who do not understand the pace I choose for you. Some will call it too slow, others too fast. You are not beholden to spectators. You are accountable to the peace I place in you both. Do not build for the comment section. Build for the generations that will sit at your table and not even know how deeply you chose love and truth over spectacle and fear. Your grandchildren will inherit your decisions. Make them with my wisdom today. Forgive the ones who could not love you the way you needed. Release them gently into my hands. Forgiveness does not say what happened was fine. It says you will no longer carry the debt or try to collect it with your future. When you let go, you do not become unprotected. You make space for me to protect you rightly. Vengeance wastes the years I want to fill with new songs. You will sing again, and your songs will not be forced. They will rise like birds startled into freedom. Your soulmate's hidden truth includes a vow they will make. And I want you to test that vow not by how ornate it sounds, but by how it lives in the weeks after. A vow is alive when it chooses you on a Tuesday afternoon after a long day. A vow is alive when it apologizes without theater. A vow is alive when it keeps you safe in rooms where you are not present to defend yourself. Watch how their vow breathes, and let your own vow be wide enough to shelter their becoming. Two people growing is not a liability. It is the point. I want you to dream again, but I want you to dream responsibly. Not fantasy that rescues you from participating in your life, but vision that recruits you into building it. Sketch the room you want to read in together. Imagine the causes you will serve, the city blocks you will brighten, the children you will bless, whether your own or the lives you influence. Ask me to give you a burden that is light and a yoke that fits. I will tailor, make it for your shoulders. You have wondered whether you will recognize the moment when secrecy ends and shared truth begins. You will. It will feel like someone opened a window in a room that had always smelled a little stale. Air will change. Colors will warm. Tension will drain out of your jaw. Your laughter will come quicker, your appetite steadier, your sleep more willing. The body knows when the soul is safe. Trust that design. I wrote it. Today is not an accident. The date matters because I chose it. Not because numbers hold magic, but because my timing holds mercy. On this day, I lift the lid over what has been cooking slow. On this day, I set boundaries around your hope so it will not leak away. On this day, I place courage in your throat so that when a moment arrives to speak, you do not borrow someone else's words or posture. You will sound like yourself, and that is more than enough. Keep your counsel close. Do not scatter this word to anyone looking to be entertained by your heart. Treasure it until it roots. You are not hiding. You are incubating. When a hatchling of promise cracks its shell, you will know how to shield it from cold winds and loud rooms. In the meantime, feed your day with small obeisances. Make your bed. Answer messages with kindness. Decline what is not aligned. Pay attention to what multiplies your peace and practice it. These simple obeisances open gates that no performance can. I'm not asking you to carry a story alone. I am promising you a companion. I have been shaping on potter's wheels you could not see. I did not forget your tears. I did not waste your lessons. I did not mischar your longing. I do not tease with futures I will not fund. What I began in you, I am continuing in them. And what I began in them, I am continuing in you until your paths resolve into one road with two sets of footprints that match stride for stride. Archangel Michael stands at your threshold again and says, "It is only for you. Guard it and walk it." He has brushed the dust off your hope and set a watch over your threshold so that anxiety does not smuggle itself in wearing the clothes of prudence. When you feel panic rise, put your hand on your chest and say, "I am not late. I am led." When the old fear returns with a slideshow of worst-case endings, say, "I refuse to prophesy my own abandonment." Then breathe slow and certain until your nervous system remembers that I am here. This is the word. Your soulmate's hidden truth is not the scandal you feared. It is the softness you prayed existed beneath their armor. They are learning. They are braver this month than last. They are moving even when the movement is an inward yes no one else sees. And you are ripening into the version of yourself who can receive what you ask for without apologizing for the space you take in love. You will not have to shrink. You will not have to beg. You will not have to wear costumes. You will experience being chosen without performance. Stay available to grace. Keep your life simple enough that love knows where to find you. Resist the temptation to manufacture outcomes. It steals the flavor from miracles. I know how to time entrances and exits. I know how to weave recoveries and reconciliations and clean closures when needed. I know how to make your yes strong and your no gentle and your maybe holy. Trust me with your sentences. I will deliver the right punctuation. Do not be surprised if your days feel lighter in the weeks ahead. Do not guilt yourself for laughing more easily. That is not denial. That is relief arriving early. Joy is a courier I send ahead of fulfillment to prepare the room. Let in. Dance when no one is watching. Sing in the kitchen. Bless your meals. Bless your bed. Bless your door. Bless their name in prayer without trying to bend the timing to your will.